Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Subscribe to our channel, donate to our channel, participate by sending in your comments. As long as the comments are related to the subject that we are discussing, we welcome them. Please don't use personal profanities. We appreciate it because we don't mind, but your YouTube does, and we don't want us to be penalized for these things. So we will be forced to remove your profanities. I'm sorry to give a long story here. We have a very special guest here today. We're going to talk about social media, and it's a very engrossing subject since we know that a bunch of new software is coming in, and also Twitter is in a bit of hot water. To know all about this and more, let's join Professor R. Vaidyanathan, or fondly called as Professor RV. Professor RV, namaskaram and welcome to P Guru's channel.
So thank you very much. As usual, very much my warm namaskarams to all the P Guru audience, and kindly subscribe to the channel. And as Sri Iyer was mentioning, it is required to reach a million type of subscription so that the channel will be able to generate some revenue. As of now, the channel I think is having more outflows than inflows. So anyhow, that is a separate issue. He has already made a appeal on that, and I think he may be making further appeal in future in order to become a regular member of the P Guru family, so that you get a lot of benefits. That is separate. It may be coming out soon. Now, there is a huge amount of discussion about the social media suddenly. And some people are telling, social media is uncontrolled, and some people are telling it is biased towards leftist, left wing, and not right. A lot of right wing people, and it is Twitter, it is Facebook, it is various types of, and including, so people complaining about this. What you may loosely call what they claim to be encyclopedia of the contemporary world in terms of this what is that, not WhatsApp, the other one in the internet. You go there and then you can find out. So this is the sort of major, and this debate is not only restricted to India, it is restricted all over the world. But India, we are in a very interesting situation. We are only country among all the reasonably well developed, or whatever you may call it, who doesn't have a law pertaining to data privacy. First point. Almost all the European countries, where everybody has got a regulator. How much it is effective is different. That's a separate issue. We'll come to that. We don't even have a law. First. Second is, we don't have an authority. Since we don't have a law, we don't have an authority for data privacy. So this is another type of a issue which we should keep in the back of the mind. So we are sort of we are in a dark room searching for a black cat in the dead of the night type of thing we are doing, and we want to catch it, and then we want to. That is the first thing. Second thing is, suddenly the ministry is asking this social media, particularly the Twitter, to remove a lot of tweets which are supposedly harming the national interest. Very good, actually. But I would only say it is something like Kumbhakarna. Our ministers or our officials, they sleep, I think. Kumbhakarna in the Ramayana comes as 6 month sleep and 6 month awake, or something like that. It's not 6 month here, it is a decade actually. From last 7-8 years, I remember, I have been writing so many mails and so many letters about the various shenanigans of this Twitter. They have removed people, and incidentally, I am not a blue ticked man, because somebody told if you are a blue ticked, then the algorithm catches you first. That is, I do not know actually what is that algorithm, but basically I have been, and they never, our ministry is a very interesting animal actually. There was a move a long time before that one day NDTV they will ban. Something like that news came, and the chief of NDTV went and met Venkaiah Naidu, was the INB minister at that time, and it was never implemented. And to add fuel to fire or salt on wound, NDTV conducted one of their program in Rashtrapati Bhavan, in the heart of Rashtrapati Bhavan, the main hall with the chandeliers and other thing. Their private TV channel program was conducted. You can imagine the amount of power and influence they are wielding. That's a aside. I just wanted to say this Kumbhakaran has suddenly woken up. And they say that you have to do this. And those people don't care actually. Sometimes these members of parliament called them to attend. I am sure they would have sent some chaprasi or somebody to attend it. And I am also sure that many of the members of parliament may not know what questions to ask. What is relevant? Their knowledge of technology, their knowledge of social media, their knowledge of censorship, I'm sure is extremely poor. So in that sense, many of them, maybe one or two, maybe extremely brilliant, I do not know. I have always been suggesting these parliamentary committee proceedings should be public. Everybody should be able to hear that, and even people should be able to participate in that, if you ask me. Some experts can provide some. You see, in the US, it's a open thing. There is no top secret or anything. It is being broadcast actually live. What type of questions are asked and what. So that is a. So now the Twitter has been asked to, and suddenly there is one new one has been coming in the last few weeks. Cooper. I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe Coup. Let's say. It's not COUP, it is KOO. So everybody is telling you must join KOO. And a lot of people are sending mails. And why should I join KOO? The following reasons are given. One, it is owned by an Indian. This is something very, very interesting as far as I am concerned. A decade before, so many people were campaigning, you must buy Bisleri only. Not this Kinley or Coca-Cola drink or the other. And similarly, you should buy only local Thumbs Up or something. I am not fond of these soda drinks nor bottled water. I take the regular corporation water after boiling, and that's all. Anyhow, and so much was made out of it, and suddenly a list also was circulated as belonging to Swadeshi group, Swadeshi Jagran. Some 70-80 companies were told that this is what the product is. This is supposed to be based on ownership. I do not know whether it is based on equity ownership or equity and debt or anyhow. What happened is that man Chauhan, if I remember his name correctly, he sold it off at significant amount of money to other companies, and then they quietly bust off. So all those people who are holding these Bisleri bottles, I do not know what they are going to do now. It is no more a Swadeshi or something. So I used to half-heartedly or jokingly ask people, if tomorrow, suppose our friend, very good person is, of course, Baba Ramdev, he has done a very remarkable thing in terms of building his company and other thing. The valuation is good and somebody is asking for a couple of $1 billion. If he sells it, what will you do? Will you stop brushing your teeth with that brusher? So this ownership is a very complicated thing in the current situation all over the world. Every 2 months, London, I remember, whom owns whom used to come annual basis. Now it has to come on a daily basis because it's a too complex a world in which financial capital acquires some companies, disposes of some companies. So this ownership is a very tricky thing, and India is an open economy. As of now, India allows foreign investment. Not only allows, actually it welcomes it with red carpet and other thing. So suppose I'm just telling valuation is good and the coup is acquired by some international investor. Then what happened? Everybody will leave. Then go to where? And in between there was one tutor. I do not know. It was supposed to be registered in some village in Andhra Pradesh. God knows what type of thing it is. And they had themselves made Narendra Bhai Modi as a member of tutor. And I was also made an honorary member of Twitter. I'm very delighted because other than the Prime Minister, my name is also mentioned there. I do not know anything about it. And somebody mentioned to me that all your tweets in Twitter comes there also. I was shocked actually. I also wrote about it in Twitter, and nothing happened. Anyhow, later it was told that no, that is not a very reliable company, and some discussion and other thing went. Now nobody is talking about Twitter. It is all about coup, and who is one is owned, and somebody else says who is more right wing oriented. I do not understand this whole logic. You can't, if you want to have a Twitter type of equivalent, right wing, but don't encourage it just because it is right wing. Because all wings are expected to be represented. The only bottom line is it shouldn't be inimical to the interest of India. As long as anybody publishes, whether it is left wing or right wing or no wing, wingless, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, so that also is, and somebody is telling no, it is being moderated and monitored by left wing people only. This wing thing is doesn't appeal to me at all, because according to me, as long as it is what one can call parliamentary in terms of politeness, in terms of discussion, and puts forward its ideas, I think it is quite okay. And another is they have removed some tweets and other thing. Other thing they are telling it is as per the freedom of thought. We should keep it. Now, one interesting point is all those who join these media, whether it is Facebook or whether it is Twitter, presumably they all sign one agreement type of thing. It comes up in 14 pages in the beginning, and everybody, I agree. That's all. It's like between you and me. Sorry to tell you, our insurance type of a document. Some 9 pages, whereas vendor as and other thing will come. Legally say nobody knows. You just sign where you are told to sign. You sign it, and you might have agreed for 150 things. You might have even agreed that you will not die. Another thing, God knows. If you take life insurance telling you will not die, how it will matter? And then the company will say you have committed that you will not die, you died, so we will not give you. So the point I want to stress is each of the social media has got a large number of. So I also get several times. You agree, you don't. We use some pop-ups. We use this. I just enable. God knows what happened. And all your photographs will be used. This will be used. That will be used. I just say yes. Nothing big deal about it. The point is, when once you have signed this, then you cannot, as an individual, object to the activities of this organization, because you have agreed to the terms and conditions, and accordingly you have to abide by them. But from the regulator point of view, they can, because they may feel some of these things are inimical to the interest of the country. But they should have opened up long. I don't know how much long I have to tell. Anyhow, and in between there was another thing. This man comes to India, and as usual, when a white man comes, nothing like that actually. All fall at his feet and enthusiastically, and not only that, he has a group of people, mostly women, if I remember correctly, and he holds a placard. He holds it, or it is kept with him, that we have to destroy the Brahminical hierarchy or
Patriarchy. Patriarchy.
That day he should have been packed off. Actually, he should have been told, get back into whichever airlines you came by and get lost. Because whether Brahminical patriarchy is dangerous or not is for us to decide. Who is he to come and say that we should be? Recently also he liked immensely this Greta's tweets on great. That girl, poor girl, she is, I am told, the fifth class fail and sixth class pass or some such thing. She's moving around, and fifth fail, sixth pass, if it is possible. That's a separate issue. In Sweden, anything is possible. You have to walk around the place, and every day she goes to stand in front of the Parliament building and then say that how dare you, or I dare you, or something like that, for which she has been given grace marks, I think. Anyhow, she has her views on all great things of the world, and nobody asked her. For 200 years, millions of trees have been destroyed to wash your bottoms, all Europeans and Americans. So why have you not used water? Why have you used these trees? And anyhow, so this man, the jackass, liked all our tweets and other. So when Jack came, Jack and Jill, or Jack alone, I think he came. He was given an audience by the Prime Minister of our country. You should see that the way he sits before the Prime Minister of a nation of 103 billion, unbelievable actually. Even my students sit more, properly before me. Forget about. But and what the point is not that PM should not meet or anything. He can meet anyone he wants to meet, but the signals are very critical. And India is run on signals. Let's be very clear about it. And whatever the top man, suppose the principal of a college, the local MLA comes and the principal welcomes him and all that thing and other. And so this gives a signal to the lower level people. For instance, I remember quite some time before I visited a cabinet minister, and purely by mistake. Incidentally, many of these things are by mistake only, not by design or something. So I had some discussion on another thing, and he came out along with me to see me in the car. Finished, and then the driver was highly impressed. Suddenly he saluted me. The driver never bothered about me. Suddenly, and then after dropping me in the airport, he again saluted me because Andri Saab has come to, and that means I am for all one knows, the minister would have made it sure that I leave the place so that I don't roam around. Also one possibility. The point I want to stress is these are what I call signaling. So when the principal deals with a local thug or local rowdy MLA in his room, and everybody watches it, and tomorrow the thugs recommend some student, people will be 2 times worried about rejecting that fellow. They may not even go and check with principal, but somehow they know that this fellow is close to, this fellow has been brought in. And so this is what I call signaling. Just that I don't know whether the minister came out to visit the toilet. It was not attached inside his room. It's quite possible. Any number of reasons one can give, but the end result was that security. First of all, when I came out, I have to put my bag through that again. That what do you call that, conveyor belt. He told Saab not required. That is that. These are some minor concessions which have been given to me, and the driver opened the car door. Earlier he never bothered because it has to be opened from inside, not outside. Incidentally, because outside, not inside, because inside the handle has gone. These are all old ambassador cars where he has tied some cloth and other thing. So every time he has to get down, run towards my seat and then open the door. Not out of respect, purely out of the broken thing. So this is the signal. So I personally feel PM need not have met him. Even if he had met him, he could have made it very, very clear that this is. He could have given counter signals or whatever it is. Similarly, Zuckerberg. These fellows, they think that they run all the way. When PM was in LA, if you remember, there was a meeting organized by these people. They began, because whether you like it or not, we are a very huge market, simply large market. Quite a number of 800 million homes are there. And somebody told me as high as 650, 700 are smartphones, wherein you can capture many of these things. So this size of the market itself, we should be using it. So now everybody is shouting, cuckoo. What I want to stress is ownership cannot be an issue. As long as we allow foreigners into these areas, if a good value, I know quite a number of my students who started something, very enthusiastically, and I have also put them in touch with some funding and other thing. After some time, I asked them what is happening. So good valuation came, sir. I have sold it off. This whole thing is a valuation game, actually. And how the valuation is done, between you and me, after teaching finance for such a long period of time, I really get confused, because they say the as higher the losses, the greater will be your valuation. This year loss is more than last year, so my valuation will go in. What are you talking? I thought valuation is related to profit, sir. You are very old fashioned. The more I make losses, that means more future is bright for me. This is something, some logic I have never ever. Anyhow, maybe I'm getting old also. So valuation basis they are disposed of. So what is the guarantee who will not be disposed of in, I'm not telling he should not do it. Let's be very clear about it. It is up to him to do it. What I want to stress is this whole Judaism of patriotism and other thing are all, not very useful in the contemporary time, because many time, you never know who owns who. One. Second is this right wing, left wing is also not a very desirable thing. It can be any wing, as long as he should not damage the basic fabric of our nation. He shouldn't instigate people against government. What is loosely called, in Rajiv Malhotra's term, breaking India forces. He shouldn't be part and parcel of that. That's a bottom line. Whether you are left wing or right wing or any wing, it doesn't really matter. Point I want to stress is government should create a data protection law to start with. Second is this regulatory agencies should become more proactive. For instance, recently I was reading somewhere, SEBI fined somebody for an activity some 12 years before. I'm very amazed actually. 12 years, 15 years. How do they remember? How do they keep track of all this? And that means if you commit a crime today, till 2035, you are comfortable. As one of my friend was hauled up, and he went to court. I told, why are you going to court? It will take time. He told, that's the whole idea. This case, I always remember this anecdote. I always tell this regarding judicial process. Judge was extremely unhappy about the man who is standing on the witness box. He is accused actually, who is standing in the box he is roughly 70-year-old. He said, at 70 years, how dare you try to kiss that girl? If you are 20, 25, I can at least say that, okay, age basis, you are 70. Like that, the judge was roaring at him. That man politely told, sir, I kissed the girl only at 25. The case has come up before you now only. What do I do about it, right? That is what his response was. The judge was shocked actually, because we have got extremely speedy justice. You all know about it, how speedy it is. Because if I say our justice is not speedy, then I will be hauled for contempt. So I would rather say it is very, very speedy. Given our belief in rebirth and other things, reasonable, 30, 40 years it takes, and it's okay. Otherwise, also next birth, the accused will become judge will become lawyer will become the witness, and that goes on. We believe in these karmic cycles. So the regulatory bodies, Information Broadcasting Ministry, and those which are now suddenly the ministry is telling this OTT should also be coming under. After such a long period of time, suddenly they have realized OTT is something which they have to regulate. The whole thing is going haywire. There are, roughly 300 and odd channels are there in India. There are 21 channels in Tamil Nadu alone, I am told, who spread Christianity. That's nothing wrong about it. I'm just telling you the number. There are too many, and regional language channels sometimes are very worst. They use vulgar language, they use instigation. Their serials are unbelievable. Unbelievable, this type of thing. One man with two girls and three girls with two men, and highly complicated type of serial, all undermining the family system. Many of them are propagating also anti-national views and other things. I don't think anybody looks at these channels or nor regulate them or anything. So we require to have a thorough and active, timely regulatory system. That is what is most critical. Not who owns anyone. Let anyone own it. Doesn't matter. Even Trump can own and then conduct some affair. But is he regulated properly? Is he monitored properly? Like, recently there was a report I was reading about SEBI. Some 2,000 crore or 1,500 crore or whatever number, big number, crime is committed and some fine of 15 lakh is levied. I do not know whether they will pay it or the institution will pay it. Anyhow, there is a totally disproportionality in terms of the punishment. I'm very amazed about it, actually. What we require is a swift and severe punishment. Very important. Second is, it's not required that every civil thing should be only fine. Sometimes they feel fine is fine. That's all. We will pay the fine and commit the crime again. Why don't we, generate a system wherein even the financial crimes you are put inside jail? But a number of cases in US I can quote in terms of financial crimes for which people were asked to go in. Actually, nothing. The famous bond trader case is there, and plenty of cases are there, including our
Rajat Gupta.
Very well known. The point I want to stress is it is not required that you should only have a 10 lakh or 15 lakh. Or 15 lakh is nothing actually. As I always say that some engineer was caught recently in a raid with 70 lakh in his cash at his home, unaccounted. And all other colleague engineers were very upset because they said, what is 70 lakh? Now less than a crore we don't talk about in terms of bribery, and this fellow is having only 70 lakh. He has demeaned us. They wanted to go on a strike actually for this fellow, trying to bring down the average, So this is 10 lakh, 15 lakh fine, and I do not understand at all what is happening in this country. So what is required is three things: a substantially awake and alert regulator. It can be ministry, it can be a separate regulator, doesn't matter, which monitors these activities. Second is, it doesn't matter right wing or left wing, as long as they are not prejudicial to the country's interest. That is the most important. That's a basic underlying thing. Anything else, you can be left wing. What is wrong about it? You can claim that socialism is the best thing in the country. It's all right. But you cannot, in that name, do treasonable activity. Same thing about right wing. That is the second point. Third point is ownership by itself cannot be a major criteria in this changing world, where we have allowed. In China, they can say ownership because China doesn't allow significant amount of foreign ownership and interference, and have enormous amount of control over the foreign investment in their country and other thing. We are not, we rather have FDI, FII, and any number of foreign companies are operating in India. Some are operating for hundreds of years, like your ITC and Hindustan Lever and other things. So, and then Amazon, so many in the retail field. And so ownership will be a tricky issue in our context. What is much, for instance, let me be very blunt, it can be owned by India and it can be totally anti-national. There is nothing to prevent it from happening. That cannot immediately, you cannot say no, 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 it's old. Recently I was reading in paper on Agarwal or somebody, he was selling some of the rocks from the Braj Bhumi in UP, from the Lord Krishna's glorious. He wanted to sell away the rocks. If given half a chance, somebody will also sell away our Himalayas, or sell the waters of Ganga. Anything is. So I think just because he is belonging to India, having an Indian passport, doesn't give him any right to do things which will undermine our national security and social ethos and other. So effective and efficient regulation is the only remedy, and for that we should have ministers and other regulators who are awake, whose eyes are open, who are awake, and who monitor, and who swiftly take steps, initiate steps in order to punish the wrongdoer. Punishment need not necessarily be 15 lakh fine. For instance, media, if you say next 1 month you cannot broadcast, that will be a very, very heavy punishment for him. You will lose a significant amount of revenue and other things, but for which you require courage of conviction, and also you require not to be swayed by the what one can call the presence of.
Yeah.
So there is nothing, whether he is coming from California, whether or New York, or whether he is coming from London, whether he is coming from Dindivanam, or our Surat or Bhuj, it doesn't really matter, as long as he has the bottom line is very clear. So we should sincerely ask for an alert and a decisive regulatory framework, not any of these sort of blah blah and other. The case of this Twitter and Facebook, I suppose so, we have woken up too late, I would say. There is enough evidence. I told you, I have been writing for so long. There is enough evidence to say that many times they have undermined the authority of Indian laws and Indian unity and sovereignty. And one of the reasons why some of these lower level minions did not act could be the signaling effect. That also we should be very, very alert and careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor RV. And as always, a pleasure listening to you about social media. We'll be back with more such interesting conversations. Do subscribe to our channel, and also please send in your comments. Thanks for watching us. Namaskar. Thank you.